An engine not welcome. A new engine had arrived on the island of Sodor. He had a crane on his cab and the number 27, and had the name Harvey on his side. This engine, said Sir Topham Hatt, is Harvey, and he's a crane engine. Some of the engines thought that Harvey looked very strange. In a few days, said Sir Topham Hatt, the railway board will be coming to Sodor, and Harvey will be showing them a demonstration, and if he does well, he will join the railway. When the Scottish twins heard what Sir Topham Hatt said, they weren't too sure if Harvey should be on the railway, and they set it off. What is a demonstration? Percy asked. Demonstration, Thomas said. It means you can show off what you can do. Like when Thomas and I have a race, said Bertie. Vroom, vroom, vroom. You can say that, said Thomas. Later that evening, Thomas was delivering Annie and Clarabelle back to the yard. Then, he saw Harvey sitting in a siding. And the engines in the shed were talking about him. All of them except for Bear, who was very keen to see Harvey. Harvey's different, said Henry. Aye, said Douglas. He don't even look like an engine. Surely Sir Topham Hatt won't even let him pull coaches, Gordon sniffed. He's just as cranky on wheels, James said. I can agree with all of you to that, Donald said. Harvey isn't that bad once you get used to it, Bear said. Rubbish, said James. Thomas felt sorry for Harvey. Don't worry, Harvey, Thomas smiled. Sometimes it takes time to make new friends. But Harvey wasn't sure if he wanted to stay when no one wanted him. Whatever the engines say, Thomas said, I wouldn't even worry about it. They'll get over it eventually. And Thomas set it off to bring Annie to the yard. Harvey still wasn't sure, though. As soon as Thomas arrived at the sheds, Percy, Toby, and Daisy were already there. Percy was still a bit skeptical about Harvey, just like Donald, Douglas, Gordon, James, and Henry. I'm not too sure if Harvey's a very trustworthy engine, Percy said. Oh, he is, said Thomas. He's not like any of those other diesels. Not only that, Toby said, he looks different than others, which is good. He's a crane engine. Toby's right, said Thomas. And like Toby and Daisy, they're both different too, and that's also a good thing. Percy already understood what Thomas meant, but he still wasn't sure if Harvey can be trusted. I don't really think he can take my mail, Percy said. Oh, you'll see, Thomas said. Daisy never met Harvey before, and she wanted to meet him one day. While the sun began to set, Harvey began thinking about what the engines had been saying about him. And instead of staying in a siding where he wasn't wanted, he steamed off to find another place to sleep. And I'm afraid I can't say any more of the next story or I'll spoil it.